Terence Crawford bulking up to 168. We got 6 days out, and he's looking great. Bars. No, seriously, I think that sure it's a exaggerated picture, but no, these are some actual footages or images, should I say, of Terence Crawford, and he looks big. He looks solid. He looks chiseled. My counterpunch is that his ideal physique? No. Terence Crawford is wiry. He's long, but he's quick. His punches are more like a battering ram. Okay, because his punches are longer. I mean, he's rangy with his shots, and if he catches you with the end of those shots, the right way as he counters, because he's a good timer in distance, he can take you out. Bulkiness, I think, is going against the streams. You know what I'm saying? I think it's definitely going against, what we're used to seeing from Terence Crawford. Now, the question is, can he do what he normally does? I don't know. I can tell you from firsthand experience, me personally, I remember that I was a skinny guy. I was a skinny, tall, skinny dude. And I used to play basketball. And then when I played basketball, I was on money, and then we would stop playing basketball and then go lift weights. And then we would bulk up. And then after we'd bulk up, I would remember being stiff. I remember being slower. I remember the non-flexibility that I had. I hope this doesn't apply to Terence Crawford. So as we look at some recent footage of Terence, as you guys can see, I don't know if this is at the end. I don't know if this is, in the middle or the beginning. But as far as speed goes, I wasn't impressed, to be real with you. But again, it could be at the end because, at the end of a workout, you are more fatigued. But then is he fatigued because of the added muscle? So there's a lot of things to consider with this. Now, I'm not going back on it, but it doesn't look good to me anytime that you see someone change something that's already working. You know what I mean? The only way that the change is necessary or if you feel that what you already have won't work for you. You see what I'm saying? So I do think that Terence Crawford, adding the muscle, we've seen that shit already. We've seen that with Jermell. Now, I'm not saying he's Jermell 2.0. I'm not saying anything like that, but I just hope he's not trying to overcompensate muscle for flexibility and speed, because I think he's going to need that beating Canelo, because remember, the best guys weren't the biggest guys that beat Canelo. And I'm talking about Mayweather, I'm talking about Lara, and I'm talking about Bivol. Those guys beat Canelo Alvarez with their boxing ability and their footwork, keeping distance and keeping him honest whenever he tried to come in and rush in an attack. You know what I mean? That's what they did. And, unfortunately, they were, all the scorecards were weird. So it's Canelo Alvarez. But nonetheless, those were the guys that were most successful with Canelo. Not bulky guys, not guys that felt they had to, get all this muscle on them to challenge Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? That's not, I don't think that that's the right way. But does he look good? Sure, he looks good. AJ looked good with muscles. But what did the muscles do for AJ? Not a goddamn thing. Seriously. I mean, because so you have to really look at the, something that appears to look like something versus something that actually works. And I don't like the bulk. I don't think that he's bulky, but then again, I don't mind if he can manage it. But muscles, added muscles in particular, will always go against you in most cases. But you guys tell me what you think of Terence Crawford and his newfound muscle mass. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.